I very much believe that I have found the worst TikTok account and or community on the platform. I came across this TikTok account, put a fucking picture of it somewhere. And I came across them because I was watching just a random video, I can't even remember what video it was on. And they said men in the big 2-5. And I was like, that is weird. And I went in the account and I saw RCTA, which, if you don't know what RCTA is, it is when someone changes ethnicities, like races, like they go from white to black, but in this case, they go from American to Korean, which is a very stupid and ignorant concept if you think about it. When you can't speak a language and you want to change races by just saying you are that race. Although some people do get surgery to change your eye shapes, which, if you think about it, it is racist, but it's just what they do to look more Asian. It's a very silly thing to do because you can't change what your DNA is. Like, you can't change your X chromosomes. Like, you're not gonna have any actual Asian blood in you. They just say you are. And I did think these people were rage baiting when I first went onto it, because I was like, why do they think what they're doing? They have to be rage baiting, because there's absolutely no way here's any community of people that could think this way. They are gay and transgender, which doesn't make sense to me when you change genders and then you like that gender. Like, you go from a man to a woman, and now you're also attracted to women, and you hate men. And on top of that, they're also a furry, and they support Israel, which I don't really get into that, because it has nothing to do with me. And I do feel very sorry for the kids in Gaza, but I am not as much educated on the topic as I should be to talk about it. But, as I was talking about, I did think these people were rage baiting until I clicked on how many people they followed. And there are hundreds and hundreds of people, I don't know if it's hundreds, but there's so many people just doing the same thing as them. And it was... the TikTok video I watched on the account, it honestly made me want to kill myself. It was that unfunny and that bad. And it also opened my eyes that some people, for you to be who you are, there must be someone the complete opposite to you. And I do see this person as a complete opposite to me. Because if you want to change this many things about yourself, then you are obviously mentally ill. And it should not be normalized that children do these things, because they are children. I know this because I went onto the accounts and it was like kids, like max 17 years old. Because an adult would not be, well, most adults would not be doing this shit. And I also wanted to know, why do they hate men? Because they were a man, well, most of them were a man before. And I looked on a page and I saw this picture of one of them. And I do not agree in judging someone based on their physical appearance, but I actually hate judging people based on how they look. But this person, I would say they do not look the best at all. Like, they are obviously extremely in the bottom 0.1% of unattractive people. Like, they are appalling. Which does make sense of why they hate men. Because this person obviously isn't transgender. Well, they might be, I don't know. And it makes sense by why they hate men, because they obviously haven't had any attention from a man in their whole entire life. But, taking that into account, most of them were men at the start. But it is crazy to me how people think this way. And being a furry on top of all this shit is just... Being a furry is crazy. Here were people at a neighbouring school of mine in the same city. We were furries at this school and they would fucking just piss everywhere, so the teacher had to put litter boxes in the bathroom. If a student was to piss or urinate or leave themselves anywhere but the toilet in school, they should be expelled immediately. They shouldn't be in school anymore. They should be in a mental institution, and that's how it would have been probably even 20 years ago. It's so stupid that people normalise this type of stuff to kids. They let them get away with it and then they think it's cool. Then they keep on doing it because going trans, you can come back from it, but you're messing up your life forever. Or at least you're messing up these people have already fucked your digital footprint. Like, posting things like, you hate men, like say you hate a gender, like how, that's so stupid. Like, what? Why are you objectifying people based on their gender? I know none of these people are federally educated or properly educated because they are all mentally ill. I was so surprised to see there's so many people like the person I saw, and I see them comment. They comment all day. That's all they do all day. They comment on like just men TikTok things, and it's like they get nothing out of it. Or the same people who are I'm not gonna say that. It's like, why would you do that, man? None of these people improve yourself physically or socially. Like, I mean by this, they're not going to the gym, or they're not going for runs, they're not doing anything to improve like how they perceive themselves. Well, they are doing how they physically look, and they're not working on their actual social skills. So they decide to change themselves in various ways to make friends in that same community of social rejects, I would say. It's the same people who just dye their hair pink and make it their whole personality. Like, that's all they talk about. They all talk about communism all day. It's just the people you don't want to be around. And it is very, very sad to see. Because if someone like this sees anything to you, like you see one of these people in real world, if they say anything to you, their opinion is automatically invalid. Because they're so mentally ill. And it's crazy to me how they actually have political opinions. I went on one of their accounts and it was some random transgender guy or woman, whatever you want to fucking call it. They want them to be president. It appalls me. But these people should be seeking help any day. And if I ever had a kid who were any one of these things on this list, like RCTA, I think that's what you call it, RCTA, furry, transgender, or gay. Gay is the one you can't really change. That one, you can't really do anything about that. But the other three, that's just being mentally ill in my eyes. But I am aware, I do not know everything, and my opinion could be, influenced by the way I grew up. But I do not think it is, but I also do not think they think their opinion is influenced by the way they grew up. Because, I dropped the pen. Social media have obviously cooked these people's minds to a point where it's almost impossible for them to recover because they've already fucked their whole lives. But I don't know. I just wouldn't. I couldn't see myself in a million billion years. Like, if I was born a million times. I could not see myself ever doing anything on business. They should not be, like these people are going to be paying taxes one day, bro. Well, I do not, nah. But overall, I do think society should have somewhere to put people like this, and leave them like you're covered, because if you're obviously doing this for attention, and people give them attention by hating on your posts, and like what I'm doing right now, I'm so appalled by what I have seen. I'm making a fucking video on it for some reason. Not because I think people are gonna see this video, because it improves my skills of talking into a camera, which I like. But that is good. But if you ever see someone like this, is what I want to take away from this video is, do not interact with them if you can, but if you have to, do not take their opinion seriously or too hard, because whatever someone says to you, like, that's the same as a homeless person on the street calling you a bum. Like, why the fuck would you give a fuck about that? You wouldn't. That's the same as it, because they're all bums. Peace out.